today I'm doing a service on my Harley-Davidson Fat Bob, Dyna Fat Bob. It's a 2008 Fat Bob, and I'm changing the oil, so I thought I'd video the process in case that's useful to anybody who owns a Dyna and likes to do work on the bike themselves. So let's get on with it. First of all, I'm going to change the engine oil, and then I'll do the primary and the transmission oils. So engine oil first. To drain the engine oil, first of all I remove the filler cap, which is here, and because I've got this Vance & Hines aftermarket exhaust on, it's tucked away and it's actually quite difficult to get to. I've sort of, to get to it, got one hand underneath here and one hand over the top to get some leverage on it and get it moving and unscrew it. And obviously you need to remove the cap to fill the oil, but also it helps drain the oil out by letting it breathe as it comes out. So that's the oil filler cap off. Put that on one side, and then we'll go around the other side and remove the drain plug. So this is the engine oil drain plug here. This is on the left hand side of the bike, just under the derby cover. This is the derby cover here. That's the primary drain plug there. I'll do that in a second, but that's the engine oil drain plug. So the socket that you need for all of these is this one, which is a 5/8 socket. I use that rather than a spanner, because you've got a nice firm hold on it, and I can use my ratchet driver. But just to get the ratchet into this one, I find it's useful to use a little extension bar like that, and then I put that all onto my ratchet, and then I can just get in here and get a good purchase on the drain plug, because it's torqued down quite tightly, is that drain plug. There we go, that's it. Once you've just cracked it, you can undo it quite easily, then you don't need the driver. And then as I get towards the end of the shred, just get the my drain bucket underneath here. So catch the oil just as the plug comes out. There we are, and that's the engine oil coming out. So you can see that this is the drain plug here. It's got a little magnet on the end, so I'll just wipe that with a rag and just make sure that there's nothing untoward stuck to the magnet. But no, it's just a light coating of oil. Cleaned it off, and you can see there the magnet. It's fine. You can see that there's a rubber O-ring on there, but as that's in good condition, I don't need to replace that. So whilst the engine oil's draining out, I'm going to change the filter. So I've left the drain bucket underneath the drain plug, so I've actually got another bucket here which I've just put under the front, because when you remove the filter, some oil will drop out there. And also, just to sort of mop up the most of it, I put a couple of pieces of hand wipe tissue underneath the filter just to catch some oil. Okay, so that's a bit of tissue underneath, and then I've got this oil filter removal wrench. To get to it, I've got it on an extension bar on my ratchet drive, which just makes it easier, and I can just feed it in here, and then my ratchet just goes on the outside of the gear changer there. So just easing it off slowly. Again, once you get it going, you don't need the ratchet. Take the ratchet off and just spin it off. So that's the oil filter. The old filter, and I'll dispose of that and get a fresh oil filter out. So here's a new oil filter. I use the black ones. You can get them in chrome as well, but I'm not bothered. So that's the new oil filter. Now you can see that it's got a rubber O-ring on the outside that needs lubricating, so I just get a bit of oil where it's running out from the old one and just rub it round on the O-ring, and that just helps lubricate it as it goes on. So when you start spinning this on first of all get the thread going by hand to make sure you don't cross thread it, and actually put it on all the way by hand, and then you just need to tighten it up, the last bit with the wrench. So I've just left that to drain for about 3-4 minutes. The oil's virtually all out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the drain plug and then go and top up the engine oil. Now I could do the primary whilst I'm here because there's the primary drain plug there, but I like to do one at a time, just be methodical, because otherwise there's a risk that you forget whether you've filled one of the holes up or not. So I like to drain one, refill it, drain the next one, refill it, and so on, each one. So I'm going to replace this drain plug now, torque it down, and then we'll top up the engine oil. The engine oil capacity is 2.4 litres. So got this useful funnel here, and I use a measuring jug to measure out the amount of oil. And I pour in just underneath the required amount, and then I can always top it up. So the best thing is to put in almost as much as you think you need, and then run the engine very briefly for a minute or two, just get it circulating round, fill up the new oil filter, and then you can check it and top it up to the right level on the dipstick. Once it's settled again. So here's the dipstick, and that's the full mark there, so it should be somewhere between the bottom there and the full mark there on the dipstick when it's full. This is the transmission fluid on this side. So the drain plug is just behind this plate here on the bottom frame. The plug is facing straight down, whereas the engine oil plug is over on the left hand side, and that faces outwards of the bike. So you need a 5/8 socket to undo this. Just get it on that. Okay, and once you've got a few turns, it should come out by hand. And I'll just get my drain bucket lined up here to catch the oil as it comes out. Okay, that's it. Here comes the oil. That's looking nice and clean. Bike's actually not done many miles on that. I like to change the oil quite frequently. It's done about 4,000 miles, something like that. So I'm just cleaning up the drain plug here. That's the drain plug, and you see there's a little magnet on the top there, and that captures any debris, any wear. So it's good to check that, and you can see that's totally clear, so there's no problems. And also there's a rubber ring round here which you need to make sure that that's not damaged. If that's damaged, you need to replace that before you reinsert the drain plug. So just letting that oil drain out. Helps it drain if you remove the filler plug. So I'm going to just remove the filler plug as well, and then that'll help it all drain out, and I'll show you that process. So the gearbox oil filler cap is here. So I need to undo that to let the gearbox oil drain out fully, and also so I can fill it up again. So as you can see, that's an Allen head, right? And it's 3/8 Allen head. So I'm going to get my Allen key in there and undo that. Got a wobbler on this end, so that's makes it easier to unscrew. Trying to do this with one hand. that's the with the gauge, and just checking the washer on that as well to make sure that's okay. Fine. So what I'm going to do now is put the drain bolt back in and top it up with some fresh oil. The oil capacity of the gearbox is 0.95 of a litre, so I find the best way to do that is I've got a measuring jug here, and I fill that up to 0.95 of a metre. There we are. So that's just under 1 litre there. And then what I do is I pour most of that into the gearbox, and then as I'm getting towards the bottom I start checking with the dipstick and just gradually add a little bit at a time until I'm on the right level with the dipstick. The gearbox fill is a bit difficult to get to, so this is very useful, having this little funnel. It's a Harley-Davidson service tool. You can get them in dealerships. Got to confess, it's one of the only Harley-Davidson things I've ever bought. But it's useful, if overpriced. Right, so that's nearly all of it. Just put a little bit more in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just let that settle, and then I'm going to check the level with the dipstick on the filler cap. You can see there's a dipstick, and the oil level should be up to the marker. You can see just the marker there, so you should just be touching the bottom of the dipstick. So what I do is you have to screw it in, so I'll screw it all the way in, screw it out, see where the oil level is, and top the oil up necessary. So just take it gently until you've got the right level, and then you're not overfilling it. And that's absolutely spot on. You probably can't see that there, but the oil's right in that crosshatch bit there, so that's perfect. So just look there and maybe experience, got it right first time. So now I can put that back in and tighten it up properly. The final job is to drain the primary oil and replace that. So the drain plug is just underneath the derby cover here, and it's the same size as all of the others. Make sure I've got it going the right way. Yep. Undo it. Just crack that. And once you've got it loose, you can do it with your fingers. And set that off going. And as with the others, just check the magnet on it. There's a few little bits on that one actually. Just a bit of material on there. So, but nothing serious, just a few little bits. Okay, and then take the derby cover off here, because I'm going to refill it through the derby cover. So whilst it's draining, I'll take the derby cover off. The derby cover screws are torque fasteners. It's an interesting mixture of fasteners on these Harley-Davidsons. Some metric, some imperial, some torque, some Allen keys. I don't know, I think they just use whatever was lying around, but it's this is a T27 torque fastener, so I just replaced my socket with the torque fastener and put these to take the derby cover off. Once you pop them, they'll all undo just with fingers. And all my cover screws, I like to put in a little little metal tray so I don't lose them. Little metal magnetic tray. So that's the last screw off, and the derby cover comes off. So you'll see there's a rubber O-ring seals the derby cover here. There's no need to replace that unless it's damaged. Mine's fine. My bike's 10 years old and I've never replaced it. It's had an oil change once a year, 10 years, so they last a long time. Just make sure that it's not damaged in any way. Okay, so put that on one side, and we refill the oil through the little gap here. Now the oil capacity for the primary drive is 0.95 of a litre, or 950 millilitres, so it's still just dribbling out a little bit, so I'll give that another couple of minutes, put the drain plug back in, and then I'll top it up. So my drain plug is back in. I've measured out 0.95 a litre of oil here in my measuring jug, and I've got my trusty little funnel here to very gently pour it in, and you have to pour it gently so it doesn't run out over the edge. And what you're doing is you're topping it up. So even though I've measured it, as I'm pouring in, I'm watching, and you are topping it up so that the oil level just reaches the bottom of the clutch diaphragm. So that's my 0.95. I'm just going to check that and make sure it looks about right. Yeah, I can see the fluid level there, just touching the bottom of the diaphragm. So I'm happy that's got enough oil in there. So put the derby cover back on now. Job done. That's all the oil's changed. Good to go.